The time is now 5:38, and I call this special board meeting to order. Let the record reflect that we have a quorum, Dr. Rivera, Erasmo Lopez, Oscar Caballero, and Andrew Gonzalez present. Item number 3, administration oath of office to newly appointed trustee. Dr. Canales.
Okay, at this time, we'd like to present, a presentation for everyone of our new trustee member, Dr. Jaime Rodriguez, and we also have Mr. David Fuentes here for the presentation.
For the oath.
For the oath.
Plenty of pictures and plenty of family, please.
So we can have everybody.
It's a different view from down here, guys.
Welcome back, David.
It's an absolute pleasure and honor to be here today in front of you guys, fellow trustees. So thank you to Dr. Rodriguez for inviting me to come out and celebrate in this special moment with him and his family. It's, there's not a lot of advice. The only thing is you have a great group of people around here, not just the employees and the administration. You won't find a better group anywhere in the country. The students are second to none, but you know that because you have students in the program. You're going to be very proud of the work that these guys do, and you're going to fit in well. Your personality is one of service. You've served this community in different capacities before, and I'm confident that as you move forward in this position, you're going to do exceptionally well. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you for the invitation, and it's great to see everybody again. It's great to see all the students. Congratulations on all of your successes. And gentlemen, without further ado,
Give me a second,
good to see
David.
you.
Give me a second, David.
Yes,
Let the record reflect that at 5:40, we had Isidoro Nieto join the meeting. Thank you. Proceed.
All right, well, with that said, if you're ready, I'm not sure if you have any of your kids here, they're welcome to join us. Come on, brother. Well, to all your family, again, congratulations. If you would, just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
Jaime Rodriguez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Weslaco ISD Trustee, Place 4
of Weslaco ISD Trustee, Place 4
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will do to the best of my ability
and will do to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Dr. Rodriguez, if you would like to say a few words to the public. The mic is yours.
It's a little different from up here. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity to serve in this capacity. I want to thank all my family members that are here. I should have known that I'd have a pretty big group up there, and. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my mom, long time WISD employee, school nurse, and I remember, being at this campus back when it was Stephen F. Austin, you being my school nurse, and who would have thought that I'd be here now? My dad, longtime educator, retired from teaching from WISD. Now he spends his time with his new students, his dogs. That's his new classroom at home. My brother Freddie, and let me set the record straight. He's the older brother. He's convinced some people out here that I'm the older one, but he's the older one.
You better behave, I'll tell
Myra, my sister, thank you all for always, being by my side. My wife, Jessica, over 21 years now. She's always supported any craziness, any crazy ideas, whether it's from business, now to this. I definitely had to get her blessing on something like this. Lily, thank you for being here, Lily. My grandma, 92 years old. I don't think there's too many firsts for her, but I think this might be a first for her, witnessing her grandson up here. But yes, you, Grandma. But I want to, just again from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. Thank you for always supporting me. My son Jacob couldn't make it. He's over at UTRGV taking some classes. My youngest son Josh is over in Brownsville playing a basketball game. And I know Lily wants me to keep this short because she's trying to get to her team as they play tonight over at the high school in their first round of the playoffs. But, again, I also want to make sure that I thank the board. I know, this was a unique situation with this appointment, and thank you for trusting me, with this position. I know some of you know me a little more than others, and, it's my job to earn your trust and show you that, you all did make the right choice. David, none of this would have been happening without your sacrifice and your time, and, I appreciate you being out here attending the ceremony tonight. Thank you very much for all your sacrifice there. But, to the public, for those who don't know me, it's my job to show you that my reasoning for being up here, for our taxpayers, for our employees, but most importantly for our students, for our children. That's what I'm excited about, and really look forward to working with this group up here. And Dr. Canales, the little that we've known each other so far, I've been really impressed, and I think you're going to be a great leader, a great asset for the district. And once again, thank you very much. Thank you for being out here, for those of you who came for this ceremony. Thank you.
Congratulations again, and welcome aboard. As president, I'm very excited to have you on the board. When we started, when we met, because we've only known each other probably when he started this venture, is when we met. In my opinion, he makes the perfect board member. He bleeds purple and white, from Weslaco. His kids are products of Weslaco. And just by talking to him and knowing him and all his family, they are Weslaco. And that is why I'm happy you're on this board.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, that is the business that we have for the special meeting. Would anybody else like to say any words? Andrew?
Thank you for taking the time, because it is to the Rodriguez family. He will be gone. We will make tough choices. But welcome aboard, and look forward to working with you, Jaime.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Jaime. Glad to have you.
Thanks, Oscar.
I've known Jaime like I have known many of these young gentlemen here from when I coached, and he was one of the players here in Weslaco, just like Andrew. Oscar played for me, and of course David also. So I want to welcome him. I've known him for such a long time. I know that he will do an excellent job. He does an excellent job with everything he does, and he will make very good, responsible decisions. So welcome, Jaime.
Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just say welcome, Jaime, and, you know, I was your principal in high school many years ago. And, you know, you were never in trouble. All I had to do was call Grandma,
Yeah,
and she would take care of it. That was it.
that was it.
And I'm proud to be here now with you as a board member, and I know that it's a team of 8, and you will do outstanding work. So, once again, welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, moving on to item number 4, adjournment.
So moved.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned. The time is 5:49, meeting's adjourned, and we'll give some time for more pictures and
Good. I saw him last night, and
Bueno, qué bueno.
enjoying life.
time is now 6:03, and I call this board meeting of the Weslaco Independent School District to order. Today's date is February the 13th, 2017. Item number 2, establishment of a quorum. Let the record reflect that all members are present with the exception of Patrick Kennedy. I believe he's on maternity leave.
It's a
The
proud
wife
dad,
just had a
little
baby.
girl.
Yes,
Baby girl.
congratulations to the family. They just received their first baby girl. Item number 3, opening prayer. Dr. Canales.
Okay, for the next couple of sections, we have Mr. Carlos Robledo, who will open it up and call on people to come up.
Thank you. For invocation, can I please have 4th grade teacher Rosie Hernandez from Kleckler Held Elementary to deliver the invocation?
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening in thanksgiving for this day and all the blessings you bestow upon us. We ask for your blessings on those present tonight, for our students, their families, the staff members, our school board members, and our district. We ask that you would guide our thoughts and our actions so that we may have a successful meeting tonight. We pray for your guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would clearly guide us to conduct our work with a spirit of compassion and understanding. Please keep us free from discord so that peace and harmony prevail throughout this meeting. Grant us wisdom in our deliberations so that all our aims and purposes may be to the strengthening of the work for our district. Grant us judgment that we may lead the district forward to provide greater service to our students and our families. Help us to accomplish our goals while displaying your character. We ask you all this in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Rosie. Item number 4, we have Pledge of Allegiance, Texas Pledge. Dr. Canales.
Go ahead.
Okay, for tonight, we have 2 individuals here. I'd like for them to stand up, please. First of all, we have Sofia Pesina, who is a Superior Honor Roll student at Kleckler Held Elementary. She is the daughter of Luis and Dalia Pesina. Sofia participates in KWES program and placed first in life science category for the science fair at the campus level. Sofia is also involved in the TV club, All-Star Mentor Club, and Student Council. She also helps MC events at her school. Sophia plays for Team Elite, a traveling basketball team, and also practices gymnastics. In her spare time, Sophia enjoys helping her grandmother with arts and crafts. Sophia aspires to graduate from Yale Medical School and return to the Rio Grande Valley as a trauma surgeon in the emergency room. If her parents are here, can they please stand and be recognized? How about a big hand for Sofia Pesina for being here tonight? Also here this evening to help us out with the pledge is Lauren Perez, and she is a 5th grade student at Kleckler Held Elementary. She is the daughter of Ivan and Hilda Perez and is also a Superior Honor Roll student. Lauren is the back-to-back first place winner in UIL oral reading at the district level. She placed in the physical science category at the campus level. Lauren participates in KWES program, the TV club, All-Star Mentor Club, and Student Council. She also helps MC school events. In her spare time, Lauren plays softball with Extreme Heat and basketball at the Boys and Girls Club and the First Baptist Church. Lauren also enjoys baking. Lauren aspires to earn an undergraduate degree from Princeton University and attend law school at the University of Houston. If her parents are here, can they please stand and be recognized? Okay, girls, if y'all want to step over here to the podium, and you can lead us in the pledge. If everyone can please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, ladies. Looks like y'all have your college careers already planned and lined up. Good luck. Godspeed, and your future is bright. Thank you. Moving on to item number 5, awards and recognitions.
Okay, this evening, we would like to congratulate a high school athlete who has recently set a new school record in 2 swimming events. Daryl Wells, if he is here, which I know he is, please stand up, Daryl, and step up front. So Daryl made history last week when he broke 2 Weslaco High School records in the 200-yard freestyle and the 100-yard butterfly events. This outstanding accomplishment led Daryl to qualify for the state swimming and diving championship meet.
All right.
So Daryl is just a sophomore, so we still have a couple more years with him after this year, and we want to wish him the best of luck as he represents Weslaco at the state meet in Austin. If his family is here, and I know they are, can they please stand and be recognized? I know his grandparents are here and his parents. Mr. Rodriguez, I would like for you to hand this to Daryl. It's a little certificate. Right over here.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Daryl.
You know, that just goes to show that hard work pays off. And Dad, I know he's been there every step of the way. I see Mr. Wells every day out there. And I don't know if he gets wet again still, but I know that Dad's been pushing you, and the hard work and your diligence is showing right now. You know, I want to congratulate you on behalf of this board by that acknowledgement that you received there from us. And also your coach. Is your coach here so we can recognize? There she is. Would you please stand up and be recognized? Coaches.
Yes, the coaches are Alex Trevino and Josie Ramirez. Thank you very much for being here.
Good job. You know, it just goes to show that here in Weslaco, we are winners, and we'll continue that way, and the legend will continue and make us proud when you go on to the next steps in college. Moving on to item number 6 is proclamation for Family, Career, and Community Leadership Day, February 17th, 2017.
Mr. Ovalo.
All right. So whereas Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, the national nonprofit student organization for family and consumer science students through grade 12, helps to assume their roles in society through family and consumer science education in the areas of personal growth, family life, vocational preparation, and community involvement. Whereas the organization extends classroom learning through chapter projects that develop leadership and initiatives and helps young men and women learn how to plan, make decisions, and carry out and evaluate programs of action as they work with other youth and adults in their school and community. Therefore, I, Erasmo Lopez, President of the Weslaco Independent School District Board of Trustees, does hereby proclaim the day of February 17th as FCCLA Leadership Day in Weslaco ISD. Can the representatives from FCCLA please stand and be recognized?
Good work, and you know, your leadership shows in all these awards that you all receive, and you're still young. You guys have a long way to go, and your hard work right now will train you for the future to handle bigger challenges and to be ready to excel. So congratulations. Congratulations, kids. Moving on to item number 7. Proclamation for Career and Technical Education Month, February 2017.
All right, so whereas February 1st through the 28th, 2017 has been designated as Career and Technical Education Month by the Association of Career and Technical Education, and whereas profound economic and technological changes in our society are rapidly reflected in the structure and nature of work, thereby placing new and additional responsibilities on our educational system. Therefore, Erasmo Lopez, President of the Weslaco School District Board of Trustees, does hereby proclaim February as Career and Technical Education Month. If we do have some representatives from Career and Technical Education, can they please stand and be recognized?
Congratulations.
Okay, so we have a video that we're going to run. I was just told that.
That's a big,
Switch it out to video.
Big group.
Is it on here? No audio. That's it? Oh, we don't have the audio.
Working on my bright future as a film director.
That's it.
Working on my bright future in manufacturing. Working on my bright future in automotive.
CTE gives hands-on experience that provides a student with an industry certification. This indicates that he or she is skilled and knowledgeable in their career choice, and they are more likely to acquire a job than one who does not have a certification. Look for bright futures in CTE.
All right, thank you very much for that PSA.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a great presentation right there. And I can see why your program is so successful. You have good numbers, and your kids, you know, just by looking at them, they're excited to be there. And I know that in the past, you all have made some small little metal plaques for us. And those are precise and very nice. We love them. Thank you so much, and good job, guys. Good job. Moving on to item number 8, we have Proclamation for Education Diagnosticians Week, March 3rd through the 10th, 2017.
All right. We got a few more proclamations here, so. All right, whereas Texas Governor Greg Abbott has proclaimed March 3rd through the 10th, 2017, as Educational Diagnosticians Week to raise awareness of the important work these professionals perform every day in the Lone Star State. And whereas educational diagnosticians provide important services that benefit children, parents, schools, and communities in Texas. Therefore, Erasmo Lopez, President of the Weslaco School District Board of Trustees, does hereby proclaim March 3rd through the 10th, 2017 as Educational Diagnosticians Week. We do have some of our members of the diagnosticians team here. Can they please stand and be recognized?
Thank you, ladies, for your hard work, and, well, I saw ladies, maybe there's a gentleman back in there somewhere. But thank you all for doing what you do. I know you run all over basically the district and serve as many all of our kids that need the service, and your job is to be commended, because, I mean, I know that you all have your hands full. Thank you so much. Item number 9. Proclamation National Social Work Month, March 2017.
So whereas professional social workers work on the front lines of human service delivery to help people solve real problems, whereas professional social workers see firsthand the insidious effects of hatred and prejudice from individuals, families, and communities, including the rise in hate crimes. Therefore, Erasmo Lopez, President of the Weslaco School District Board of Trustees, does hereby proclaim March 2017 as National Social Work Month. Can the social workers that are here please stand and be recognized?
Again, thank you so much for your hard work and your dedication to this district. It's to be applauded, as we just did. Thank you so much. Item number 10, Proclamation for Youth Art Month, March 2017.
All right, so whereas the study of art leads to a fuller, more meaningful life, and whereas art education provides substantial educational benefits to all elementary, middle, and secondary students, therefore, Erasmo Lopez, President of the Weslaco School Board, does hereby proclaim March 2017 as Youth Art Month. If our art teachers and educators, if they're here, can they please stand and be recognized?
Thank you so much. The art is very important. We all know that. And I don't know, did we set up pictures in the hallway this year? Yes. They're out there. Okay. I walked in the back door, and I'm sorry. I will go see them. I love the paintings and the drawings and sketches that you all present to put up here for us to see. Moving on to item number 11, public comments. We have two people that signed up. We have Mari Ayala.
The CTE people, all the students.
See y'all.
Trying to figure out what.
Business professionals.
Maria Ayala? Come forward. I need to read something to you before you start talking to us, and here we go. You are to address only matters that concern the school district. You are not to attack any district employee or board member. We will not tolerate any disruptive behavior by any member of this audience. If you do not abide, you will be directed to cease and leave the building. Before you start, your name and your address, please.
Maria Ayala, 27A La Casa Gardens, Mercedes, Texas.
Mercedes. Okay, you have 5 minutes.
Again, my name is Maria Ayala. I am the president of the KWES Band Boosters, but today I'm coming to you as a concerned parent. I want to first say thank you to the current school board members that took the time out of their busy schedule to go and take a look at the band hall at Weslaco East and the concerns that us parents have. for the new board members, I want to take the time to let you know that our Weslaco East Band Hall was built back in 2002 for a 90-member band. Now, 2016, we're double that amount. Okay, we have our kids that are practicing in the hallway, sharing our band rooms with other organizations, and I think it's time, that our kids get a band hall. Our Weslaco East Wildcat Regiment is an award-winning band. They get invited to perform at Walt Disney World. They have performed at the McAllen Christmas Parade, of course, our City of Weslaco Christmas Parade. So just, again, I want to just say, please take the time and consider the band hall as being one of our priorities up there to get these kids the right building that they need. Okay. Another concern we also have is our practice field. Our practice field this last marching season, we had approximately 4 to 5 of our kids that got sprained ankles because they practice on a field that has holes. We don't have the correct lighting. So I think, to me, as a concerned parent, we need to get that as a priority on the school board's list to get that done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Moving on to the second person is Diana Moncada. Ms. Moncada, before you start, I'll also read the same to you. You are to address only matters that concern the school district. You are not to attack any district employee or board member. We will not tolerate any disruptive behavior by any member of the audience. If you do not abide, you will be directed to cease and leave the building. Your name and your address, and you will have 5 minutes.
Okay. My name is Diana Moncada. My address is 218 North Republic, here in Weslaco, Texas. Good evening, and thank you, board members. My name is Diana Moncada, proud band booster president for the award-winning Weslaco Panther Corps. I am here before you to ask you for the reinstatement of Mr. Ram Aldape. Mr. Aldape is more than just an educator. He has been a leader, motivator, and above all, an inspiration to the WPC family. He has motivated many young minds to love music. WPC suffered a tremendous hit when Mr. Aldape was removed as head band director. But because of his teachings and words of encouragement, the Panther Corps strive to do their best. Despite lack of practice, organization, and encouragement, they earned a Division I rating at Pigskin. A new band director was brought in to help these kids. Their music that they had already learned and practiced was changed along with their marching techniques so late in the season. They should have never had to endure all those changes at once and so close to competition. I'm asking that you bring back a man that knows them and can do the job. Let's bring WPC back to what it was and is known for. For the seniors and juniors, it is too late for them to have a chance to make it to state, but he can still take the freshmen and sophomores to state. Let's put the best interests of WPC family first. Let's show that hard work pays off by bringing Mr. Aldape back to the house of the mighty award-winning Weslaco Panther Corps. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 12, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Canales.
I'll go ahead and start off with the superintendent's report. The first section is a section on student enrollment. Do we have it displayed? Okay, for district enrollment, this monthly report compares the same time this year to the previous year. So if we take a look, we still have a negative difference in terms of we had more kids last year in most of our campuses and then the district. For a difference of 431, which means we had 431 more students enrolled at this time, the 23rd week of school in 2015-2016 than we do now. I'd like to point out that we do have some campuses with small increases: Memorial Elementary, Kleckler-Held Elementary, Central Middle School, Wesco High School, the Boot Camp and Early College High School, and the Elf Academy. What we're doing is we are tracking enrollments and withdrawals for this semester, and I'm working with Juan Ruelas on that. He's providing reports. So from January 3rd, 2017 to February 10th, 2017, we had 277 new students to the district. So students who weren't in another campus in the district that moved from one campus to another, but they're new to Weslaco ISD. Of the 277 new students, 73 were migrant students coming back to us. Same time, from January 3rd, 2017 to February 10th, we had 332 withdrawals, students who left us. 44 of those 332 were migrant students. So that difference is 55. We had 55 more students leaving than we had entering the district. So we're asking ourselves, where are the students going? So another report that we've started looking at is withdrawal codes that happen at the campus site when the campus staff interviews parents about where the kids are going and why they're withdrawing. What we're finding out from that, we had 31 during that time period, January 3rd to February 10th, 31 that returned to their home country, okay, across the district. We had 5, we're looking at charter schools very carefully, 5 leave us to go to a charter school during that time period. We have 108 that were listed as other reasons unknown, which means we have to take a closer look at that and try to identify the reason and put comments so that we'll know where they're going so we can follow up, because those 98s turn into dropouts if they're in certain grade levels. So we have to track the children down. Where did you end up? And we have 135 who left the district to go to another Texas public school. So they're leaving to different areas in Texas. We looked at a report from the good work that our campuses did, where they put comments in, where the kids are going. They're going everywhere out of state. We had a return to Germany. I asked, what's this? And well, we had a foreign exchange students too who left. So we're trying to just decide what type of data do we need to be looking at so that we make decisions about tightening up our systems and our withdrawal process, maybe easing up our enrollment process, and then knowing maybe some other procedures or strategies that we have to start using in the future. But that's with the enrollment to date.
Any questions? Comments? Is there a way, do you have the numbers? Is the difference growing in the losses, or is it steady from where we were at, say, last time we got this report, 22nd week?
We'd have to provide that information and update, take a look at it, and do a comparison to.
If you can give us that information as to.
See if I have it.
And I know that you've already got this report done, but at the next meeting, that way we can see what school or what schools are losing more students, and we can zero in
So
on
we want to
that.
look at patterns across weeks.
Right.
Okay.
That way, if there's something, I mean, we need to look at every angle that we can and zero in on the, I mean, I know that we know which ones have lost more, but did this happen at the beginning, or is it just growing at a school?
Or does it spike in a certain time
And
of the year? Okay.
do we need to attack it and see what we can do to stop it or to help?
I think we're doing better. I think last month it was, right now it's minus 448. I think last month it was in the 500s. So we're doing better.
I know that driving up the highway, you can see, I believe PSJA has a big billboard. We want you back. And, I know we're in the process of hiring a marketing company to come in and help us with all this, so we need to hurry up and get on that, and I know it's coming, so.
But you got to remember that also some schools like PSJ, they have different activities that attract students to stay in the school district. For example, PSJ has golf that where students participate at 4th grade. Other school districts have swimming, and we need to take advantage of our natatorium where we can provide swimming lessons for a certain grade level. So several districts are doing different things to have that. and maybe that's how we can keep our students. Also, the principals and the counselors at each school, if they can follow up with those students that are leaving and why they're leaving or where they're leaving, and try to keep them at our campuses, so.
Yeah.
Can you also check on, see if Vanguard, the charter school is moving in? And there's a new school moving in. I'm
Vanguard.
not sure. You know where it's gonna be? Is it gonna be in Weslaco?
Yeah, we'd have to check on it and get back
Yeah,
to
I
you.
think there's a new,
There's one being built on Business 83 between Donna and Weslaco.
maybe it's that one.
Yeah.
So it's Vanguard?
I don't think that's a school.
Is
I'm,
that-
I'm not sure, but I thought there was a building,
It is?
something that was close to St. Pius, but I'm not very certain of that.
Yeah. We can look into it and provide a report.
Yeah,
at,
let's see who our
Friday
competition
update.
is.
Okay,
Correct. Okay.
thank you. And for the next part of the report, we have Mr. De La Rosa with insurance.
Good evening, Dr. Canales, Mr. Lopez, members of the board. This is the standard slide that we present to you every month for our self-funded medical benefit program. Breaking it out by claims this year versus last year. As far as medical claims for the month of September 1st to January 31st, this year to last year. So this time last year in claims, we had approximately $4.1 million in medical claims. This year at this time, it was approximately $5.4 million. So that's a difference of about $1.3 million in claims. January is always usually a heavy month for claims because we start getting the bills in from the December months where we were out, and a lot of people like to have procedures so they don't miss any work, so we'll start to process these bills. I also did a little bit of extra digging in it because it did seem a little high, and I'll show that in the next slide. As far as the prescription drugs go, at $1.3 million for last year versus this year, $1.4 million is a difference of approximately $114,000. That's pretty consistent with the drug pricing. So nothing really out of the ordinary there. Fixed costs, which is of course our third-party administrative fees, stop-loss insurance fees that we pay, was last year just a little over $1 million. This year it's $1.2 million approximately. There's a difference of about $196,000. So that, we just sent our first payment of our 2016 transitional reinsurance fee. That was about approximately $70,000 we had to send the federal government. I was hoping that would go away, but unfortunately it did not. Maybe by the time the second payment is due, there'll be some changes to the law. So we've spent this year approximately $8 million versus last year of $6.4 million. That's a difference of about $1.6 million additional that we've spent.
Mike?
Yes.
Don't mean to cut you off rudely, but the 70,000, just so that I'm aware, that's the Obamacare payment.
That is correct. That is a transitional
Just so
reinsurance
that everybody in the
fee.
community knows why you're sending a check for 70,000.
As the transitional reinsurance fee as required by the Affordable Care Act.
Thank you, Mike.
Just a couple of the things that I noticed, our enrollment has actually increased by 217 lives from this year to last year. As I had mentioned to the board that we were getting more people sign on to our plan, just because quite honestly, we do have a very, very rich benefit plan, and of course our prices now are more competitive than what's on the market because of the changes enacted by the Affordable Care Act. So we have approximately 217 more lives that we're covered in our plan this year. So that's also why you see a little increase in the amount of medical claims. There's more claims, there's more benefits being paid out. Individual stop-loss claimants, this is of course our threshold now this year is $125,000 versus $100,000 last year. We've had 4 individuals so far hit that $125,000 threshold, so anything more that we pay on those individuals will be coming back to the district.
Mike, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Is there about 1,000 more insured?
No, it's a difference between 2293 and 3201. It's actually 185. So we have total participants, which are just the employees, and then it's total members, which is everybody else. So that's the members are included in the total population is included in that 3201. So we've just extracted that data. So it's about 200 people, 217.
Okay.
Finally, the workers' compensation slide that we present every month. This year we budgeted $500,000. We've had 52 claims, which is exactly the same as we had this time last year. Total medical claims, prescription drugs, administration, indemnity, everything all wrapped up. We've incurred $130,630 versus last year of $141,173. Doing a little bit better there. Total paid in the month of January, and this is inclusive of all the plan years. So actually paid checks that went out the door from claims running back years, because of course with workers' compensation, we own the claim for the life of the claim, so it doesn't go away. We paid this month $62,983 versus last year at this time was a little over $50,000. We've got approximately $336,000, $321 in reserves. So we're doing well.
Going back to your health insurance.
Okay.
Andres, the money, do we have enough in the budget to finish the year? What's gonna happen? Where we at?
We transferred in, $1.4 million into the health account, and we also increased the district contribution.
Sorry, no. We transferred 1,140,000.
Oh.
We budgeted 1.4 more
Okay.
to try to anticipate increases.
Where are we at now? Total?
$8
For the
million.
No, but for the year. What is the budget for the year?
Well, we budget,
16, wasn't
it's 14, almost $14.5 million, and I have all that data that I can send to you.
Put it in
I
the
don't have it in
update,
front
because
of me.
that's going up and up and up and up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, still, you're doing a good job, and, I mean, this, health insurance, and now we've got possibly some changes coming with, the new president. Hopefully they're beneficial to everybody.
And if I may, Mr. Lopez, we're doing fairly well compared to other districts, even compared to TRS. I know that TRS is estimated to be like, what, almost, it's very, we went to as of last, or when we went to TASA a couple weeks ago, they had approximately $2 billion in unfunded liabilities. And there's no legislation so far to address that. So it's a problem across the state.
Dr. Rivera? Are y'all gonna be able, is Elsa gonna be coming out of that TRS?
I'm sorry?
Is Elsa gonna come out of that TRS?
Yes,
The bill has to pass, all right, Mike?
yes.
That's
But the
correct.
reasoning they're coming out is,
TRS is in trouble as far as monetary wise. So there is a bill to let districts with over 1,000 lives out of TRS.
Yeah, we're doing that in Elsa. We're looking to get out.
just so the community knows that Mr. De La Rosa and Andres are doing a great job with our health benefit package, and assisting with Dr. Canales. I think we forget of how much we actually do provide for our employees, and I think we raised it to $9 to still make it very affordable.
Yes, sir.
And we can see the increase of the numbers that are coming on board. Just, I know, 217, but is that 217 for the year
That's this year compared to last year.
compared to last year? So I know we continue your work, your good work that y'all are doing. Just let's see, we can't, I know we're going to go out soon, but,
We have some suggestions that'll hopefully address this.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Mike.
Item number 13, consent agenda. Anybody have anything they want to pull? I'll start at on my left. Dr. Rodriguez, any items that you want to pull?
No.
Dr. Rivera?
No, none.
Mr. Nieto?
I'm fine.
Oscar?
No, sir.
Andrew?
15A.
Item 15A. Okay. I'll entertain a motion if you all want to.
So move.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so there's a motion by Isidoro and a second by Andrew to approve the consent agenda with the exception of item 15A. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Okay, Andrew, 15A.
I guess that would be a you, Andres.
Yeah, Mr. Gonzalez.
The reason for the rebid?
When we brought it to the board back in October, the company we recommended was the only bidder. And we had checked the references. The references we got were not good, so we decided to go out to bid. We got 3 bids this time. They are the lowest bidder. We did extensive research, since we had rejected them once. And we checked on their technicians they have. We asked for the licensing, and they have 10 technicians that can do the job. They have the license with the state, and we got additional references that were good. That's why we decided to recommend them this time.
Have we done business with them before?
No.
What about the company that made the bid, the sole bid the first time?
They are the one. They are the company from back then. They are the one that came in October, the only one.
Is the only one?
Yeah.
We did not go with them?
No.
Were they the ones doing it prior?
No.
They weren't doing it
No,
previously?
no, not with us.
Not with us. Why would the company, the one that we had before, why did they not submit a bid? I know it's probably out of your why, but,
Well, we had several incidents with the company. The company ended up being under investigation also with the state fire marshal. We would call them for certain tasks, and they would either not show up, not answer the phone, or when they would show up, they would get up and leave and go take care of something else.
okay. And that's, as far as doing everything correctly, going out for the rebid, that other company that was the sole bidder can't come back at us?
No.
I'm good. I'll make a
But
move
this
to
is the
accept.
same one, isn't it?
This is a new company.
This is
But,
different.
they were the sole bidder the first time.
In October, yes.
In October,
Right, and
yeah.
then they're
But
back
they were
again
the
with
only
the same one.
ones, so we wanted to see if there was somebody else that would.
Okay.
I'll move to accept.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to accept item A for the fire extinguishers. There's a motion by Andrew and a second by Isidoro. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Moving on to item number 14, discussion items. We have number 19, interim financial report for the month of January 2017. Dr. Canales.
Okay, for this one, we'll have Mr. Andres Sanchez come up to the podium.
Mr. Lopez, Dr. Canales, members of the board, I left a copy of the revised financial statements for you. The reason I revised them is we got, the deposit for January 31st was exceeding $5 million, so I wanted to reflect the change in the financial statement, so that is why I left you a new copy. In the general fund, which is the first financial report included, out of our $25 million budget for local sources of revenue, we have collected through January 31st, $20,996,000, which represents 84%. Out of the state sources, out of a $129 million budget, we collected $61.7 million, which represents 47.8%. And of the federal sources, out of $14.7 million, we have collected $6 million, which is 40%. Total revenues budgeted $168.8 million. We collected $88.7 million, which represents a net 52.5% of all the revenues. On the expenditures, the total budget for all functions is $171,260,000. We have expended or encumbered through January 31st, $65,400, which represents 38%. So far, we are doing good. It's an equivalent of about 8.3% for every month. Through January 31st would be 41.5%. Net of all expenditures together is 38.2. So we are doing good.
So 38% spent?
Yes.
Through
or
5
encumbered.
months?
Through 5 months, yes.
So you're almost half of your budget?
Yes, sir.
Do you see any surprises here in the functions?
No, as usual, 36 is usually the one because we have additional field trips or student travel, actually, and play of games, those bring in additional expenses.
Do you see any function where you over budgeted?
Over budgeted, no. Well, maybe in 11, because we did not hire all the teachers we wanted to hire because of a reduced enrollment. That is why it's a lower percentage.
So
But
this
the
should
other
be-
ones are pretty much,
So it
Okay.
should be your fund balance at the end of August on function 11. You should have a good amount then.
well, usually we have a good amount in that one, yes. As the year progresses, we'll let you know in May and June how close it's getting.
So we'll know next month when you're 6 months, half of the year, to see what your percentage is.
Okay.
If it's below 50, you're doing real good.
Any other questions?
I just want to make a comment.
Yes, sir.
That's one good thing that we have a guru, a financial school guru on the board.
He keeps checking on me.
So, which is true. Thank you, Dr. Rivera.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item number, that's just a discussion item, is that correct?
Just two more.
Okay. Okay, moving on to item number 20, acknowledgement of Hidalgo County Tax Office collection report for December 2016, current taxes and delinquent taxes.
Yes. This is the report for December. We have received it late after the January meeting, so we not presented at the time. So through December, for the current levy, we had collected 39.4% compared to the prior year. 2015-16 is a little higher. We collected 36.1 in that year, so it's an actual favorable increase of 3.3. Better collection this year than last year. And on the delinquent taxes, we collected 8.9% compared to 10.5 the year before. That one's lower by 1.5%. So the current levy is better. The prior year's levies is a little less. This is the one for December. The one for January, which is the next item, we did not get it in time, or we'll present it at the next meeting. But the collections are better. That's why I changed the financial statements.
The current collections, right? Are
Yeah.
better?
Yes.
Now, would that reflect, or in your opinion, do you think that would affect the delinquent tax collections? Because the delinquent tax are a little bit lower, right?
Yes. Usually the current taxes are usually the one that people have a mortgage on. When you have a loan, they make you pay taxes out of the loan, so they collect it up front. When you make a mortgage payment, prior taxes are usually people that own land or pay the house, they don't have a mortgage, so if they have the money, they pay it. If they don't, they pay it and they collect the money. So sometimes the delinquent tax attorney send letters every month, but if the people don't have the money, they don't pay it.
Yeah.
So some go get a loan and make the payments. Some months go up in February, March, sometimes go down, and throughout the year, the delinquent collections eventually go up to about 22, 23%.
But both collections are okay?
Right now, we're okay. Delinquents a little lower, but that's just the nature of the way they are.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
Any questions, comments? No. Okay, item number 21, acknowledgement of Hidalgo County Tax Office collection report for January 2017, current taxes and delinquent taxes.
That one is the one that we did not receive, so.
We have
I don't
not
it
received
yet.
it.
No.
Okay, so we'll
probably get it tomorrow, Wednesday, put it in the update, so you know exactly how you came out. I will
Okay.
bring it both to the March meeting for acknowledgement.
Okay. Item number 15, discussion and possible action items. Number 22, discussion and possible action for the board to consider approval to change the regular board meeting scheduled on March 13, 2017. Dr. Canales.
Okay, for this one, we ask that our Board of Trustees consider changing the regular board meeting, which is scheduled for March 13th, 2017, which is the first day of spring break, that you change it, that you approve changing it to Thursday, March 9th, which is a preferred date. We do have tentative dates for open houses, both at elementary, middle, and high school coming to March, and tentatively, we have Tuesday, March 7th for the middle schools. So we'll work with either one. We just wanted to let our Board of Trustees, after meeting with cabinet and principals and staff, that the preferred date for the board meeting will be Thursday, March 9th, if it works for you all.
You said the 9th?
The 9th,
The 9th.
Thursday. So move for March the 9th.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Isidoro and a second by Oscar to reschedule our meeting to March the 9th. Any discussion? Okay, there being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, say no. Motion passes. Item number 23, discussion and possible action for the board to submit a nomination from within our local board to fill interim position on the TASB Board of Directors.
Any volunteers?
Dr. Canales, you ready, Doc?
Well, we are asking to, this item is asking if any of you would like to nominate yourselves or somebody in our board to be considered for the position in TASB, for the TASB Board of Directions. No action is required if there's nobody on the board who wishes to nominate themselves or someone else from the board. This term, if you are interested, is for 3 years. And there is a nomination committee that will interview candidates who are interested the last week of March at the TASB headquarters in Austin. And there's some paperwork to include a nomination form, a willingness to serve statement, biographical information, and a questionnaire that's due by February 28th if anybody's interested.
I'll poll the board at this time. Is there anybody that,
If nobody does, I do.
Oh, okay.
okay?
My vote was going to go to those two.
Mr. Nieto?
Now that I'm more stable and I kind of have my hours, I'm okay.
Okay, so I guess we have to vote on that? Nominate, okay.
Okay,
Nominated.
I'll nominate Isidoro Nieto, coach.
I'll second it.
Okay, Isidoro Neto has been nominated to fill a vacant position at TASB for the term right now for, I believe it's 2 years or 3 years? 3 years?
3 years.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
coach.
you. All right.
Have the paperwork.
Awesome. We had a past board member that was very active in this, and it was very beneficial because we were always on the cutting edge and the newest technology. He always knew what was going on.
Right.
And he brought it back to Weslaco, so that'll happen with you there.
Okay.
Item number 24, discussion and possible action for the board to approve the memorandum of understanding between WISD and South Texas College for the continuation of the Weslaco Early College High School, Weslaco East Early College High School, and Weslaco 21st Century Kate Early College High School for the 2017-2018 school year. Dr. Canales.
Okay, we have Mr. Salinas who will cover this item.
Mr. President, members of the board, this item is asking for your approval to have an MOU between Weslaco ISD and South Texas ISD. Our students in our early college high schools, we're asking for them, and basically is we're limiting the salary of those professors, if needed, to no more than $4,000 to include their expenses. And this will lock in our textbooks from the college for the next 4 years. So that's the most positive thing out of this, is locking in those textbooks. If y'all have kids that go to college, you know those textbooks are rising every single year. We did take it to Mr. Ivan Perez, and he did look at the MOU, and he approves the MOU also.
Is this the first time we do this?
The first that I'm aware of that I've taken over this department, yes.
Okay. And, well, legal has already looked through it, and,
I'll move to accept.
okay. A motion by Andrew,
Second.
and a second by Isidoro. Any discussion?
Do we receive, we'll still continue to receive ADA, right?
Yes,
From, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Okay. Again, we have a motion by Andrew, a second by Isidoro to go forward with this memo of understanding between Weslaco ISD and South Texas College. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Number 25, discussion and possible action for the board to approve the purchase of 12 school buses. Dr. Canales.
Okay, for this one, we have Mr. Andres Sanchez.
Mr. Lopez, Dr. Canales, members of the board. We had been informing the board through updates on and off about the money that we had available for facilities or other needs. We had mentioned that we needed to buy 12 school buses. So we went out for quotes. We sent out quotes to approved vendors of the buy board, which are, most of the bus vendors belong to the co-ops, because when you go out to bid, they don't usually get much of a response. We got two responses, Longhorn Bus Sales from Houston, Texas, and Rush Bus Centers from Selma, Texas. The one that came out with the lowest bid is Rush Bus Centers at $1,128,000, which had the Bluebird buses, and Longhorn Bus Sales at $1,177,000, which has the, what was that? International chassis, type of buses. Transportation Department prefers the international, and they provided a rationale explanation as to why they prefer those. One of the main problems they have is with the Bluebird, there's only one local dealer in the valley, and they don't specialize in buses. They do 18-wheelers, other type of vehicles. In the international, there's two dealers in the valley, and they do buses. So the buses are not delayed as much at the shop because of they go out faster. They know what to do to fix them faster, and even though it costs us about $4,000 more per bus, it could be better. Mr. Lupe Garcia would like to have the international buses because they have less problems with them. When they do have problems, they get them fixed faster. And like he says in his recommendation, we need to have the buses ready to get our children to school and home after school, and this way he can do that better. So he's recommending to go with the second lowest bidder, which is the local bus sales at $1,177,902. And do you have any questions?
What does that leave in our fund balance for facilities? You're going to spend almost 1.2 million.
Yes, sir.
How much do we have left?
This is already allocated for. I have made a report that left about 18 million, almost 18.5 fund balance assigned for facilities or other needs, and I was after deducting this and other items.
So 18 million?
18 million. Now, which I said, can we just use 16 million for facilities, leave the 2 million for things that come up throughout the year, which more things are coming up. We already know of a couple of items.
That's not really very much, 18 million for facilities.
Plus the 17 million that we have in the fund balance unassigned that we don't touch for anything else. There used to be 15 that we've increased already.
Are these buses to repair buses that are really?
Yeah, we have 1996, 297, 299s, 2000s. So we'll be replacing some of those.
Hold on, I'll second it, but are these the buses that have a Cummins diesel in them?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of 12 buses. Motion by Dr. Rivera and a second by Andrew. Discussion.
Can you also look, maybe some schools have activity buses? I think you all went to look at them in Elsa, so maybe somewhere in there for the football team, for the basketball team.
Yes, sir, Dr. Rivera, we went ahead and went and looked at them, but they don't fit as many students. Another problem is that they're very pricey, $180,000. With one of those, we can purchase almost 2 regular buses. And the main thing that drew me away was that we can't use them to deliver regular kids.
No.
They have to be just for activities. So I'd rather have buses that are going to help me with my routes and field trips altogether than just limit our buses to.
See, even the budget later on, because those activity buses, they're nice. Your football team goes on in 2 buses.
Yes, yes.
That's intimidation.
State championship.
There you go.
But yes, we went
Take
and
a
looked
look
at
at them, see.
Yes.
I know they cost more, but they're.
That's on my wish list, so.
Lupe,
Monday. Yes, sir.
are you involved with any of these chartered buses, with working on those charter buses, or acquiring them when the school asks you, or do they just go direct to a charter company?
I don't
On
get
field
involved at
trips?
all. No, I don't get involved on, I think Coach Lopez does that.
But I'm not talking just sports, I'm talking about field trips for kids, the
No, sir.
principals? Or do the principals handle it themselves?
Yes, I don't have anything to do
So
with it.
is there any way that we know how much money we're spending on charter buses?
I'm sure there's a report somewhere where we can find out.
We can run a report.
From the
Okay,
business office, we
could
can.
you find out, Andres, or get somebody on that, find out how much money we spent last year on charter buses? And then try to get us some sort of a feel for how many buses we charter on, I know that if it's a football game and we do charter, it's probably 2 or 4 buses. See, I'm trying to find out, would it be beneficial for this district to buy 4 and save the money from paying out the charters? Because I looked at the agenda, consent agenda for this meeting, and there's a lot of school trips coming up. Right. And almost all of them require charter buses. And would it be beneficial for this district to have 4, 6 buses? And would it be feasible, and is there money that we could pay from what we're spending already? Or doesn't work out? I mean, if the math works, why not? Like, we want to intimidate.
I'll provide a report to the board.
You know, but I think we do, I think we've had it in the past. Back in the 60s, we had one bus route.
Panther.
El Panther bus, and man, we intimidated the heck out of it.
But that one was white with a purple panther on the side. Andres, how many buses did we purchase last year?
13, the last time was 13.
Last year and this year, 12?
It was 12 and then 13, and then we're asking for another 12 this.
What does this do to your fleet?
I actually need like 25 buses. On Friday alone, we had our 77 regular routes and then 66 additional trips. On Saturday alone, we had 66 trips. So, I mean, everybody was driving in my department except me because I don't have my CDL yet. But, I mean, we used my assistant, our mechanics, our parts guys were out there driving. So we need the buses. They are needed, so.
So those old buses are already obsolete, right?
Pretty much.
Pretty much?
Pretty much, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Can you take a look at, for the wow intimidation factor? See what maybe wrapping just a few of the buses, maybe a slogan I want to put on the bus, why we choose Weslaco, because it's the place to be.
Good
Or
PR.
something like that, you know, put it on our regular buses that we currently have. Maybe with these new ones coming in, until you can run the report to see how much one of those charter type buses that I know our teams are in the playoffs year in and year out, and maybe we do have a cost savings if we just purchase 2 or 4 of those buses.
Yes, sir. But on the buses that are being retired, is there any value on that? Is that they go off to auction?
I know we try to take a lot of good parts from it, whatever, because sometimes, like, I know last year there was some very expensive parts that were just installed in those, so we took those back, we took some of the tires, and then we do sell them, but I mean, we get like $300-400 for a bus, so really they
So
go
it's more
very, very
scrap.
cheap, yes.
To set up an auction, Andres, not
Yeah,
just
that's
for
what we do.
buses, for
That's
everything
the-
else is obsolete.
That's what we do to auction.
Okay.
And can we look at a Kate bus, Ms. Avila, to transport our Kate students? Yes. Yes, so please take a look, maybe a Kate bus.
Yes.
All right. They're too expensive to fix and keep up. Okay, so here we are with a motion on purchasing 12 buses. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion carries. We got new buses coming. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry,
Yes, sir.
let me just go back a little bit. Is there a possibility of going to the company, I mean, unless, was that their first bid or final price? And tell them, hey, we got a lower, and trying to get trying to bring the price down?
I don't
And
know
are we allowed to do
exactly
that?
how that works, but I know
No, we
they
did
are
not
the-
ask for a best and final price.
No?
No, we didn't.
But I know those are the company we bought from last time.
We cannot,
around, so-
that's it.
Oh, well, now we disclose the price, I don't know. Anybody else heard it, but we could have done it, but no, we didn't do it.
Well, Chihuahua? Okay, that one.
When do we get the buses?
It's been approved.
It takes about 120 to 150 days, sir, to get back, turn around. Because every time they're ordered, they have to be made, they're not out there made already. So as we order, they make them.
Item number 27, where are we? 26, discussion and possible action for the board to consider approval of 1, change order, 2, final completion, and 3, final payment for the fencing project of 7 campuses, Weslaco East High School, South Palm Gardens High School, KWES Middle School, Central Middle School, Airport Elementary, Sam Houston Elementary, and Memorial Elementary, CSP number 16-06-37.
Mr.
Yes.
Sanchez.
Mr. Lopez, Dr. Canales, members of the board, this is the proposal that we did to set up fence and replace some of the old chain link fence we had at 7 schools. We did wrought iron and chain link fence. We had, the initial proposal that was approved by the board was for $396,997. And as we went through the process of setting up, checking the gates, make sure everything we needed, some of the measurement that we had were a little off, so we had to add more linear feet of fence. And gates, we did some changes on the gates when we started going through it. So there was some adjustment done on the gates as well. We had additional gates, some We didn't do certain sizes that we had. We changed the sizes on others. So we worked with main department, Mr. Garcia, Sergio Garcia, Mr. Valde Garcia in purchasing in a couple of schools to make sure that we had everything the way they wanted, the way it was going to work for what we needed. So after we finished everything that we needed to do, there was a change order for an additional cost of $52,298 for the additional linear feet of chain and wrought iron on the fence and also for the gates. We are recommending final approval of the project, which we had not brought a substantial completion on it. Final completion of the project, the approval of the change order, and also approval of the final payment to the company. We were pending the retainage on the project that we hadn't paid. And the final payment on the project is $65,747. Does the board have any questions?
The only question that I have,
Yes, sir.
I guess when they measure, do they not measure correctly that they needed to have more linear feet?
Yeah,
Or,
the measurement was done by our department. Our main department measured.
okay,
And when we were getting ready to finalize it, they changed the way they wanted to do the fence. So there was some difference
So
on
it
the
was
fence.
not-
Some we had it wrong.
so it was not on their part?
No, it was ours. We provided it, so they bid on what we provided.
Okay, one more question.
Yes, sir.
I always drive by Memorial. Why didn't the chain link fence that goes all the way to Canal, how come they didn't use the wrought iron also? Because, you know, we talk about promoting our schools and having the whole area compared.
Well, it's on a major street,
Right.
as opposed to, let's say, Roosevelt, where that back fence is on a side street.
But the only reason Roosevelt, because of course Idea Academy is there
Sí.
and they have a really nice all the way around. But that was just my question, you know, why is it that we did that portion there? Because I saw it the other day and I said, let me bring it up.
Yes, Mr. Nieto, that was a discussion that we did have, Joe and myself. I guess because the fence is in a very, very good condition, I didn't want to spend the additional money on the wrought iron fence. It can still be done. I'm going to take the responsibility for that. I made that decision because, again, it's in excellent condition, so I thought maybe we shouldn't, remove it and then add the wrought iron
Seth,
fence.
why don't
What is
you-
the amount to finish it?
They would have to get the
continue.
linear feet and so forth.
I don't know. We'll have to calculate it.
Maybe, we'll talk to the company, if they will honor the pricing, just get it done.
Or we can
Okay.
do it at the next, with the next ones
With the
that are we
next one.
gonna.
Because what I was going to say, if you look at Clicker and the FFA,
Yes,
we have that chain link. We
Oh,
just
yes.
put that wrought iron right outside of it,
right,
I think.
Yeah, we
Right.
did that- We did that so the animals won't go in.
right.
Yeah. So, I mean, not that we have animals that,
But I think we should, continue with it.
It wouldn't be a problem, sir. Again, we can contact the company, either that, or we can wait until the next phase. But yes, we will work on it.
Whichever one works.
Right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I had a question, I forgot.
Yes, sir. Oh.
I think we answered it already going through. Okay, we have
So
do we have motion?
I move.
Okay, Soto makes a motion. Second? Second by Oscar, to accept the fencing project for our seven schools. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Item number 27, discussion and possible action for the board to approve ranking for priority order of facility projects.
Okay, before you start on that one, just a couple of things. The Facilities Committee has been meeting on a regular basis. At the first meeting, as has been shared before, the committee developed some guiding principles to guide the work, to include things from health, safety, and security, to academics, co-curricular support, extracurricular supports, to optimize utilization, and to have equity across our school district. Before Andres starts in the presentation, if anybody is present who's part of the Facilities Committee that's met, if you'll please just stand up and be recognized. Thank you for your work and your continuation for coming to the meetings. And one of the outcomes was to present a ranking for your approval, and this is where Mr. Sanchez will take over.
Let me interact a little bit here. Andres, we've already approved the roofing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's what we want to get on right away. And I'm going to
Oh,
ask.
sorry, we did not approve it. It's coming up.
We did not approve the
No.
roofing yet, but it's on a different, it's different than this,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Item 29.
What I want to add, and Dr. Canales, if I may, has the board members seen and gone through the list as it is presented?
Yes.
And
I think there
what
should
I'm
be
trying
some
to, has everybody had a
changes.
chance to?
A little
go-
bit, but again, I think we should maybe discuss in the back or even out here, because
Can't
I think,
discuss.
what I think, enough, you know.
Yeah, we can't discuss.
I'll
in
say
the back.
quiet without getting in trouble, but.
Yeah, well, this is what the committee has gone through, and I just wanted, get an input for the majority of the board, if they had had a chance to see it. And if there's changes to be made, I mean, this is what's being presented, so we'll vote on it as a board, and if it passes, it passes. So, that being said, go ahead, Andres.
Okay. The table that's on the first page of the agenda item shows the projects 1 through 17. These are the ones that the committee ranked, and this is the order that they were ranked by the committee. And they're all listed there. The only one that doesn't have an amount is item 9, the KWES complex remodeling for one of the needs that they have there, because we need an architect to look at it so they can give us an exact. We have blueprints prepared by one of our instructors in the CTE department that they can look at and then give us an estimate. That's why it's not listed here. But all the other projects are listed there. I highlighted in yellow the ones that need an architect to work on them. The ones in green need a mechanical engineer. The ones in orange need a civil engineer. The one on gray is a billboard, digital billboard. We don't need an engineer because the company will provide the specifications. We would like to hire a structural engineer to look at the structure once we get the proposals, if this item gets approved like that, so they can make sure that the proposals for the billboard, the integrity of the tower is good, and the structural engineer can give us their recommendation. The ones in white are ones that we can go out for proposals, and we don't need an engineer, architect, or anybody to help us, like the tile, the Raptor system, the magnetic doors, and the fencing project. We've done them ourselves, so we can do them again. Item 16, that listed there is the turf. That's something that we can work on ourselves, and we have some additional recommendations on
This
it.
band practice turf is where? Both schools
East,
or?
only at East. Well, we had it listed at one, but it would be for both. We will have to do it for both. But this amount is only for one.
Oh, okay.
And it might be not enough amount for the project.
Are these to get done within the next year, next 2 years?
How much money do we have?
2 years.
This is a 2-year plan.
Two to maybe 3, the most if one takes too long, but 2 should be enough to do them. But within 2 or 3 years, they all will be completed.
So how many do you think you can tackle from tomorrow to a year from now?
Well, after the board approves architects, the board can assign some of these projects highlighted in yellow to the architect that get ranked, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or however many architects from the board want to rank. They could assign him to them, and we can have separate architects work on separate projects, so that will move them along. The ones on green will need a mechanical engineer involved, and those will also take
No,
some
I
time.
understand that we're going to need the engineers.
I'm saying, one we don't have a mechanical engineer. We use one, a local engineer that help us with some of these projects. If the board wants to go like that, or wants to go out for qualifications for mechanical engineer, then it will take us another month or 2 to select somebody. After
I guess
that,
the real question is, you have a price tag of $29 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
You know,
I see the
and
price tag.
You have 18 million.
okay, I had said at the 18, I would like to only use 16. And then borrow $17 million loan. That would be 33. Plus, we have almost $3.8 million set aside for buses, computers, and surveillance systems that we can include in the loan, of the $17 million loan.
Yeah.
That means we have the 16 million plus the 3.8, we have almost $19.8 million already available. Plus the loan is 36. So we have plenty of money for all projects listed here.
With the loan.
Yeah. It would really
I have a question on number 3, because I remember we did the, with the Entrigo.
Yes, sir.
Americo? we did Integral. I don't recall exactly what they did over there, but I know we paid like $12 million for the energy savings and all that. But I thought that it included some of that HVAC equipment and the controls and all of that at Margot.
Margot shouldn't be there.
Just
Margot
electrical.
is for electrical.
Just electrical
Yeah,
work.
Oh, it's
right now we're
electrical.
having electrical problems at Margot.
Not the HVAC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it said HVAC equipment.
So when y'all installed the HVAC equipment, it didn't match up with the electrical that was currently there?
No, it has nothing to do with the air conditioning. It's just that the project is separate. It's only electrical. What's happening at Margot right now is they're needing more power for the technology that's being brought into the campus. There's really, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen any projects that have upgraded the electrical system at Margot right now. And that school was built in 1983. So by today's standards and the technology that's being used at the campuses, it's really, really underpowered. There's a lot of, so there's in cases where we have maybe 2 circuits, 20 amp circuits for 3 classrooms, sometimes as many as 4. And right now, engineers are designing classrooms with as many as 5 circuits of 20 amps.
Okay.
Going back a little bit, guys, Oscar and Andrew, as Dr. Canales stated when she started, there is a process in which all these projects were placed in order. And Dr. Canales, could you refresh us on that?
Yes, the committee at one of the meetings took a look after discussion about all the projects, and then were asked to individually rank order in terms of importance, with one being important, and they had the number system. Andres and the team calculated that and
Was
came
there
up with...
equal representation, though?
Well,
and I'll tell you why. Do we meet
Andrew,
code
let me
with items
interrupt you real quick before.
7?
And I think, Dr. Canales, what I was asking you about was that the theory or the form that you said there was 4 topics in which you were, the project.
The guiding principles.
The
The
guiding
guiding principles,
principles.
yeah.
And that's what was used, Andrew, to place these projects in order. And
No,
everybody was asked.
And I
individually.
understand it, and what I'm trying to say is are we at code with the city with some of these projects that should maybe be bumped up? So, number 7 was brought to us a while back,
And today as well.
And today.
So, again, I want to make sure that we are following city code, and we are also meeting the expectations for the kids and the parents over at Weslaco East. Oscar and I have been there, and I've seen it when it's packed. You can barely walk. And so again, what is important to Dr. Cantu may not be important to somebody else. I understand you use the guiding principles, but what I'm saying is, can we put a priority to those that maybe need code enforcement, that meets so that we can meet the code enforcement with the city? That's it. I understand it will get done. I just want to make sure that we're meeting the code enforcement with the city. So if we're okay, then we're okay, we proceed. But if not, then let those that need to meet whatever code enforcement that the city has now due to their ordinance, that we make sure that we are following them, and just maybe go in that order. That's it. I want everything to get done.
Yeah, with the money we have alone, this, using just 16 million.
Okay.
We can do all the ones in yellow up to item 8.
Okay.
Yep.
And the green one will have to wait till we get the loan.
Okay.
But there's a resolution coming up that adds to this information. We could actually, if the board approves the resolution at the next item, can I mention it?
Yeah.
On
And
the roofing,
there's
right?
plenty more projects behind this. As you all know, we had a bond issue that did not pass, and that's why we're here, trying to, use everybody's best judgment to place these in order. So before we get carried away on some different direction, continue.
Oh.
You're done?
I'm done, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Answering the questions.
Okay, so we have an item. It's discussion and possible action for the board to approve the ranking for priority order of facility projects. You have the list before you. Do I have a motion?
So move for approval.
Okay, I have a motion by Isidoro.
Second.
Second by Dr. Rodriguez. Any further discussion?
Again, Andres, if you can just make sure that we meet building ordinances and whatnot
No,
with the city.
That's-
Prioritize those first, please.
That is, our student safety is the, I believe, the first.
It's the first guiding
First,
principle,
the
health,
first
safety,
guiding
security.
principle. So that has been taken into effect.
I was gonna ask on this, who gave you these figures, and are they pretty accurate?
We had discussed with PVK at the time. We went and visited the schools and took some measurements, and they gave us prices at the time, which are about,
Do you have square feet, like for the band hall, the field house?
yes, I don't have them here, but I do have them, yes, sir.
Is that sufficient to meet the band students and then the
Yes, sir.
athletes?
Mhm. I'll include in the update.
Now,
can see it.
for the East Band Hall, is this adding on to the band hall or a completely
It will
different
be
band hall?
a new building to be right next to it.
Okay.
Once it finished, can be connected.
And the band director has been here at the
has been.
facilities.
Mr. Bishop has been to the facility
Okay.
committee
Yep.
meetings.
I just
Very
wanna make sure that if the amount you have here is the square feet that we need. Like at let's say the high school, the field house, I don't know how many square feet, I don't know who are you gonna put in there?
Well, yeah. I did not bring it, but I do have it. I have provided it before, but
Okay.
Yeah.
You can give it to us in an update
Yeah.
this week?
I can put the update, sure.
Yeah.
Coach Rojas has also been involved, is in the committee. So he had his input on all the athletic facilities, and the band directors had their input on their band facilities.
Yes, sir.
But there's no design
Dr.
yet,
Rivera.
right, with the square feet?
There's a mock design that we've already kind of visited with input from the coaches. We're looking at a 6A program with growth, roughly around 275 lockers, sir, in this building with coaches' areas, showers, locker rooms, a very functional building to meet the needs of the growing student athletes at Weslaco High School.
Now,
Yes,
that
sir.
field house is only for football, or is it?
Football, yes, sir. Right now, we're thinking football, very similar to Weslaco East.
Okay.
A part of the project is also to remodel the old or the existing field house, to remodel the inside of it and also utilize it for other programs that we need more space for.
Girls' sports?
Girls' sports is also included. We'll also look at the girls' athletic areas. Also, we visited with PBK, looked at the area, gave us great ideas on how to better utilize the space that's available and maximize it, and so that we can have more room for our girls' athletics as well.
For example, the band hall at Weslaco High, and then you compare the Weslaco East with the present and the addition. Are they about the same? Same thing for the field house
Andres.
at Weslaco High? Is it comparing the square feet to the one at East? Are
The-
we
I
about the
can-
same?
I can speak for the field house, sir. The Wesco High field house will be a little bit larger
Okay.
than the Wesco East one, sir.
And the band hall,
Will be similar.
about the same?
The band hall is basically doubling in size from what they have. The band director was happy with the facilities, but they needed additional spaces for private practice. So, and he was happy with what they were getting.
I just want to be comparable. Both
Yeah.
facilities about the same size.
Yes, sir.
And equity is another one of our
Yes.
Yes.
guiding principles.
And
Make
we're
sure you
also,
take care of the girls too.
yes, sir, and we're also
Athletics,
looking
because
at
right now,
the,
that field house they have, where they dress is,
right, yes,
needs
sir.
a lot of expansion.
And we're also looking at the Wesco East girls' athletic side as well. Yes, sir.
On the pavilions for the middle schools, you have 3 middle schools. Like, I'm assuming it's Garza and Mary Hogue and Cuellar. How big are those pavilions? I'm just curious.
Standard size?
It's Hope. We have Hope, Cuellar, and Central.
Oh, it's central.
Right. Yeah.
And how big are those pavilions or what?
What schools, Andres?
Cuellar,
I
Mary
can-
Hope.
Cuellar, Mary Hogue,
In central.
Central.
But how big are the pavilions? I mean, it's,
And I don't have the sizes with me. But they're similar to what we have at Central Middle School. I mean, at Big Garza Middle School.
And on that one also, the principals were here.
yeah.
So it's the standard
no,
pavilion
I-
that all the schools have, right?
No, because
At the elementaries are 60.
I've been like to Mary Hogue, for example, with Paulo and I mean, there's nothing out there, no shade, no trees, no nothing. I mean, the kids want to go out, it's just dirt, and you know how it gets windy towards, March, April, and it's really bad. And I was just surprised that I saw it in number 12 and I didn't see it up in, number 5 or 6 or, but I guess what you said a little bit ago, I think you can cover a lot of these projects
We'll cover all of them.
at the same time, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm good with that then.
With the loan, we cover them all, yes.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, so we had a motion by Isidoro and a second by Andrew to approve the ranking and as
It
listed
was
before you.
second by
Jaime.
Jaime.
Dr. Rodriguez.
Dr. Rodriguez.
You've always been seconding, so that's right. Dr. Rodriguez. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. And I'll add that there's more items that need to be addressed, but of course, the money is not there. You know, so Andres, thank you for taking care of our dollars and coming up with what you already have. And then moving forward, we'll just have to keep the belts tight a little bit. Thank you. Item number 28, consideration and possible action to approve a resolution expressing intent to finance expenditures to be incurred by Weslaco Independent School District. Dr. Canales.
Okay, Mr. Sanchez.
Yes, Mr. Lopez, Dr. Canales, members of the board. I was mentioning earlier about the facilities, about the money that we wanted to borrow, $17 million, that we had $60 million available to use from the fund balance assigned for facilities or other needs. And we have also $3,850,000 that we had already allocated for school buses, computers for the current year, computers for next year, plus surveillance cameras, district-wide, plus other areas. All that number would be $36,850,000. The budget that we have for the items is $33,860,000. That leaves almost $3 million unallocated in case one of the projects is too short or we need to add something to them. We will have the money available for it. This resolution is well drafted by the attorney David Mendez, who's worked with the district as the bond counsel. He prepared it with the intention that if the board approves, the board has shown intent to get the loan. We're looking at bringing to the board for approval the information on the loan for the March meeting. By the time the loan is sold and we get the money for it, it'll take 2 to 3 months from now. But we are ordering right now the computers for the current year, and we're just going to order the buses sometime this week. If we will receive them with the buses we want, but the computer, we receive them early, if we pay them before the money comes in, the approval of this resolution would help us to get reimbursed when we get the money from the loan to reimburse the fund balance for the amount we spend. That's the importance of this resolution.
The loan amount, Andres, and the time to pay back?
17 million over 20 years.
20 years?
Yes, sir.
The interest?
About 3.8 or less, depending on how we do it.
How many loans do you still have from previous years?
We have three maintenance tax loans, which are the cap loans. One ends this year. We got 300 and some thousand left to pay. Another one expires next year. That we're going to free up another 600,000, and the following year, 18-19, we'll have another one for 240,000.
So 3 existing loans.
Almost paid off.
By the year they get paid, it'll be $1.2 million.
Great.
We're going to use that money to pay this loan.
To pay this one back.
Yeah. Those were 10-year loans that we got in 2006,
Yeah,
7, and 8.
I was
06?
2007, 8, and 9, sorry.
Oh.
I was there during that time.
Dr.
when
Rivera
these were
was involved with those.
These loans.
Doc, is this kind of similar what you did so that you could pay for the sports complex over at your district?
Yes.
Similar to what we're doing here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the needs are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So the recommendation for the board to approve the resolution, which is enclosed, so that when any expenses we make, we can get reimbursed from the loan when we get the money, to put the money back in the budget.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Rivera and a second by Isidoro to approve a resolution expressing intent to finance expenditures to be incurred by Weslaco Independent School District. Any discussion?
Well, we can look also at IFAs after the legislature meets. There could be monies available for the next 2 years.
They'll find out in June.
We'll find out in June.
Right.
It doesn't look good, but the possibility is we could have additional monies.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Item number 29, discussion and possible action for the board to consider approval of a roofing improvement project district-wide. Item A, board determination of procurement method of construction that will provide the best value to the district for the project. Item B, board determination to retain the authority to rank the proposals to be received for this project or board delegation of their authority to the administration to rank the proposals to be received. C, approval of our criteria and points to be used for ranking the proposals. Dr. Canales.
Okay, we're seeking approval for the procurement method as the construction method that will provide the best value to the district for the roof and improvement projects previously discussed district-wide for facilities in Group 1, shown on page 2. And Mr. Sanchez will take us through this item.
Yes, Mr. Lopez, Dr. Canales, members of the board. One of the first items or the main project that the Facilities Committee ranked was the roofing. That was the one that you saw on the previous agenda item. 2 agenda items before was ranked number 1. Because that's the one that we saw, the most important one, more pressing, that we needed to address. Now that we get into this, we'd like to proceed with the project. We also released a request for qualifications for architects, which were received. We have 10 firms that we'll bring to the board for consideration and for the board to rank at a later meeting. And when that is done, one of those architect firms can be assigned to this project. That's why we wanted to bring the project now for approval to select that procurement method of construction that we can go out and procure it. And like we've done in the past, we let you know what the methods available, the one we recommend, the criterion point we want the board to consider to the evaluation of the construction company that come in. And that's what this item is about.
So it's total about $6 million?
It's about $5.5 million for the construction without architect fees. Mm-hmm. Right now, we're only bringing for consideration group, we call it Group 1, mm-hmm. which is on the top of the second page, because these are the ones that are needed this year or the next year. And the other items, we're looking at 3 to 4 or 5 years.
So Joe, they're pretty bad, these roofs? The Group 1 and Group 2?
The first group, yes.
I'll make the motion to go ahead and go with sealed proposals and then have staff rank them with the criteria presented to be approved.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dr. Rivera and a second by Oscar to go with, on the roofing project, to go with competitive sealed bids and
staff to rank them.
Staff to rank them and go with the criteria to be approved by the board.
Competitive sealed proposals, because there's also bids, proposals.
Yes, proposal, I mean,
competitive sealed proposals, yes.
Proposals.
And the criteria is there 100 points?
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
And you feel happy, you're okay with that, with the points?
Yes. Uh-huh. That's what we used in the other project.
Okay.
Yeah. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Item number 16, closed meeting to discuss. Number 30, personnel matters. Texas Government Code 551.074, A, employment of personnel, new hires. B, resignations. C, deliberation regarding the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. Texas Government Code 551.074 and 551.071. Item 1, recommendation on termination of employee on probationary contract. Item 2, discussion regarding Weslaco High School head football coach. Then item number 31, deliberation with legal counsel regarding possible claims related to artificial turf, Texas Government Code 551.071. The time is 7:35, and this board is going into closed session. Time is 8:59, and we're back in open session. Item number 30, personnel matters. Item A, employment of personnel, new hires. Dr. Canales.
Board of Trustees, administration recommends that you approve the recommendation of contracts for certified professional personnel as discussed in closed session.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion by Isidoro and a second by Andrew to approve the recommendations as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion passes. Let the record reflect that Dr. Rivera left the meeting at 8:55 for closed session. Thank you. Moving on to item B, resignations is a non-action item. Item C, deliberation regarding the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, Texas Government Code 551.074 and 551.071, also a non-action item. Then we move into item 1, recommendation of termination of employee on probationary contract. That's a non-action item also. Item number 2 is discussion regarding Weslaco High School head football coach. That is a non-action item also. Item number 31, deliberation with legal counsel regarding possible claims related to artificial turf, Texas Government Code 551.071, also a non-action item. Moving on to item number 18, adjournment.
So moved.
The time is 9:01 and we're done.